I was like, Peggy, it doesn't matter when you get here. Just get here when you get here. And she's like, no! Trying to get here now! She has to show up now.
Where did you now, girl?
Well, look, I had backup, so I wasn't worried.
My girl was in the house.
Our girl, Marcy, was ready, honey. We always love it when our sisters show up. Yes. Happy Saturday. Happy Sabbath day, everybody. And happy awesome summer.
Yes, it is.
It's so sunny outside. It's so beautiful. It's
summer
a perfect day. It is so great. It's
Beautiful.
just such an awesome, great God day. I'm Wyoming.
I am Linda.
I'm Peg.
And I'm Charlene.
And we are
back together again.
What, Peggy?
Back together again. Yes.
We're changing our slogan.
I know. Once again, here we go. We are back together again, she said.
Okay, we are back together again.
We are back together again.
Oh, my God. I missed y'all last week, although I did watch it. I watched it in Detroit.
Go
ahead. I love Detroit.
In the Big D.
In the Big
Motor City.
In the Big GM. Man, that's that hotel.
Motor City.
I love me some.
It's huge.
That Marriott, you got to go to the Marriott Renaissance, which is right there at the GM Motors. They're together. Everything is in a circle.
Really?
Detroit has really revitalized.
That downtown is really nice. I think
Detroit
that's
is the bomb. Like, I want to move to Detroit.
Oh, really?
Bless your heart.
Only downtown.
Only downtown, right.
Only downtown.
My mentor is like, we just left Detroit. Like, there are some places you don't want to go, but downtown.
Downtown's nice.
It's like, it's going to be the new DC. Like, you're going to want to go there. Like, there's a multi-billionaire that owns, one of the, like the Cavaliers or something. He owns Ohio basketball team. And when they won, he basically took this whole building, renovated it.
But they needed someone to go into
do that.
and just go in and
He
start.
built a park, guys, in the center of the city. I mean, there is a building there
money.
that's bigger than Google. It looks has so much.
God.
I have to take y'all on the tour.
Yeah.
Like we're not going past the other places.
Right,
but
right. I took the little train.
Well, the
tour,
housing still
so I
need
probably
to be
saw
done.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
those
I
housing.
I took
yeah.
the
I got
People
pictures.
Mover tour. I took that.
the people who?
The People Mover. It goes through the hotel.
Oh, that one. You
Yes, and
played
all-
it safe.
Yeah, I did that before I left, just to see. It's only a 25-minute, view of the city. You just go all around.
So
Yeah,
we
nice.
took the
Beautiful.
housing tour because we were on a real estate investing tour. Went into the neighborhoods, and let me tell you, I am a scaredy cat. I know my parents were evangelists, but my God, there was a pit bull. I got pictures. There's a pit bull like hanging on the top of the roof. Like, you know how you have walkout balconies in these old houses?
Yeah.
Well, this neighborhood was going down anyway, but there's 2 pit bulls, and they're just standing there, big faces, and they're like looking. I'm like,
What? They were
they're gonna-
real.
They real.
Oh, on
They're
the roof?
real.
On the roof?
Like, yes, they
Wow.
were real. Like,
Waiting to attack.
So
Like,
they were
I-
watching the
like,
neighborhood.
they were watching the
security.
neighborhood.
Waiting to attack.
They're
honey.
security.
Protecting. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what that
What
was.
they gonna do? Fly?
I'm gonna show
off
y'all
the roof?
pictures. I'm gonna show. I took videos because my mouth was
Wow.
like wide open.
Well,
like,
Detroit
Yes.
is just
Yeah.
has been one of the most,
yeah.
cities that was
It
hit
was
by
very
that
up,
riot.
and then it
yeah,
went
but
very
it,
down.
it was
Yeah.
this was hit by that riot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And
the
then once it
riot.
was hit by the riot, the city just went totally.
down.
It was just like when we had our riot when Martin Luther
Okay.
King died. So they
Right.
had their
Right.
big riot,
Okay.
and they had a movie out about it as
I
well.
never
really?
knew that.
Yes,
I had
you
to
look
see
up the
history.
movie.
I
It
didn't
was
know.
oh my God, they went through a lot. So they're coming just for over 30 years or plus, just coming back around.
back.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
starting
'cause
to
they
get.
had a-
Then
so
when they
many-
had the fall with the mayor, the young mayor,
Oh yeah.
when that
Yeah.
situation
I remember
happened.
that.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
then that
sad.
took them
Further.
in a deficit, in a
Yeah.
big deficit.
Right.
So
Right.
now they needed
Lost their
someone to
leadership.
come and lost the leadership, lost money. They just lost financially, just went down in terms of the community. But there's some beautiful housing in Detroit. I mean,
Really?
community.
There are
really
some
nice houses.
beautiful communities.
they
I mean,
really
thank
do.
God for GM. I know people like try to hate on them, but they have kept that city together also.
Yeah.
And it was sad when they lost a lot of their jobs to China.
Yes,
And I
yes.
know everybody's like, I hate Trump or whatever, but I
But
do
you
say
know,
this.
that's one
I
thing-
like the
that's a
fact
good
that we're
thing.
bringing business and
That's
industry
taking
back
away
to
our
America.
jobs. So
Yeah.
now we're getting jobs
We're
back.
getting
and
them
that's
back
the one
here.
thing we do need.
Yeah,
We need
definitely
those. So
need
That
jobs
imbalance
back.
of trade.
Shout out to Congress on that. Look,
Yeah, I know
look,
that's right.
Congress on that. You hear that?
Yay!
We
So
want our
as
jobs back.
we want. Oh, we need our jobs
Back
back.
in
We want
America.
jobs back.
Build
We need
back in
jobs
America.
back.
Our
Yes.
young people,
Yeah, young people, I
they
was gonna say
graduate from
that.
college and they need a really good place to go
Yeah.
to work
To work. Absolutely.
in their own state.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So today we're talking education. See, we just giving y'all some
We're kinda
education on
rolling
what's
on
This
that
is
going
one.
good
on.
education.
Yes,
Yeah.
good education. We need to
Yeah.
know about
need to
what's
talk
going on
about
outside of our
states.
own community. There are
Community.
other communities, but we all, I think this entire country is just doing what we needed to rebuild. You know, we have to rebuild.
You're so true because I mean, you go into D.C. and you go into Baltimore, and we talk
Yeah.
about all these cities have the slums and,
Yeah,
all
they
the
do,
deterioration,
Right.
but they're all coming back.
They're
So-
coming
But
back,
surely.
They're
but
coming
look,
back.
look,
We have to buy 'em.
High district.
You better go
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
them.
We're
You
gonna
better
wait.
stop.
Have
You
to
better
buy
stop
them.
acting like okay. Like this is what I'm taught. I'm just gonna give
Right.
y'all this tip because our mentors, this is all they do. You gotta go buy an
We
ugly
have
house.
to buy.
Yeah, but
I
we have to buy
understand
them.
that I am bougie because I don't want to go into drug infested
turn it
neighborhoods. But you
we're
better
turning to
you better go
bougie.
hire somebody
Right.
to go inside and clean up that mess that they've made. That people that are homeless on drugs have taken over empty houses in the inner city of Baltimore, D.C., even in Detroit,
Yeah.
and they mess up these homes. So the owners don't want them. But you got to get over that. You got to go hire somebody to clean and gut that stuff out and make that your home. Because I'm telling you, the city going to come back.
It's coming.
Everything
Well, I think
repeats
what
itself.
we could do is provide
Exactly.
housing. If you want to get people off the street, we had someone to invest. You invest in a nice development, and you house these people. You
multi-dwelling.
teach them. You educate
Start
them.
'em off.
Get them out there
Give 'em
so
a
we
room.
can revitalize them
bed.
and their who they are. Because there's some smart ones out there. They're
my God,
homeless.
they're
They're
so
educated.
smart.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
veterans.
Just
They
ain't
need
fell on
places
bad
to stay.
times.
They're veterans and they fell on hard times.
It could
Right.
be
Well, I
any
got
of
a
us,
good
yeah.
idea. Why not us? invest in a piece of property.
Oh, we've been talking about it.
Because we've been talking about this.
We have Keisha Martin Bernie. What's up, Keisha Martin? I know you out there. She'll be back with us at the end of this month. And she's going to talk to us about, how we can invest in property. We need to do that so that we can help not only ourselves, but others.
Yeah, I was just looking at a video this week on YouTube. There's a young man and his wife who, right out of college, they started buying homes, and he has a class going on right now. He has over they have over 20 properties. They're not even 30, and they're showing us how to do it. So,
well, have y'all seen this one? There's a couple
and this is part of Boyce Watkins Network.
Yeah. Have you seen the piece on Facebook where this couple purchased a whole strip mall, and they gutted it out and rebuilt it? That's what I'm talking about, and that's just a husband and wife team, okay?
That's how you do it. It doesn't take a lot of money, and one of our sponsors here in our real estate in-house, Keisha Bernie Martin, can teach us that. Like, she has taught me so much about that, and she is willing and open. But you got to be willing to learn. You got to be willing to sit still. She has classes on first-time home buyers, but she also, oh my gosh, she has a ton of information on real estate investing and how you renovate these projects throughout any cities.
Yeah. So today we're going to have an awesome show. This is our girl Charlene's day. Charlene Day's
Charlene,
day.
what's going on today?
So she got some feeds and some things and some guests coming in. Yes, you do, girl. But before you do that, we must say happy birthday to you, girl. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. That Leo, August woman. Last week, girl. Happy birthday. I'm telling you, the Leos are just. August 1st, August 10th, and August 14th.
And then 20, right.
24.
Yes, darling.
Next
You
Saturday
just
is
made
my
it.
day. I just
Bless your heart, darling.
Well, mine is in November, so y'all guys gonna have to wait to
We
celebrate.
got you at the time. We got you, girl. But in the meantime,
In the meantime,
Leo Virgo's
I'm an
rule.
August woman.
Definitely August month.
Happy belated birthday and happy birthday. So there's so much going on. All the Leos out there, happy birthday to all the Leos out in Facebook land. Yay. So many of us.
They think we're so spoiled.
We are just who we are.
And they think we're a lot of things.
We're
But I'm
loving,
like,
we're friendly.
Good.
We're just, we rule.
We are
Rulers. We are who we are.
Stop us. And that's what we're in the season
just
of
stop
our
it.
life.
Just stop it. Just stop it.
Charlene, keep going, girl.
Queens.
Keep growling over there. Keep growling. Keep growling.
We look over mountains. We know when you're coming. We know when you're going. We got eyes in the back of our head, the side of it. We are very intentional.
Okay.
And if we want it, we want it. And if we ever get knocked down, trust me, we're just laying there to get rest.
Like that.
That is so true about
laying down
a lion.
to get rest.
Yeah, this
I
a
love
lion,
it.
baby.
I
They
love it.
rule that. They rule. They
They
rule that
rule.
jungle.
That
They
is so
rule out
true.
there. Yeah, they really do. So we got some good things that we're ruling today. We got
love
good
it.
guests
I love
coming
it.
in and talk about some things with us educationally. We got our girl Marcia again in the house, and I'm excited because again it's our birthday. We got some people about to do some things over the weekend coming up. I am so excited about next Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
You all know I'll be at the Ubiquitous
Oh,
Expo.
yeah.
At
We'll be
the-
there.
Yes, we're going to be there. It's Four Sisters Live. So we will not be here in the studio next Saturday, but we are planning to be at the expo and giving you all the blow-by-blow, play-by-play.
How can they find us if we're
How
not
can
here?
they find? Because you know what?
We're going to tell
That's a
them
good
that.
question.
We're going to have that put on our Facebook page. Go to our
Okay.
Facebook page,
we're
and
gonna
we're going to
spread
have
it.
all of that. We are going to go live as well, so we'll be Facebook Live as well.
Facebook.
But
watch
we're
for
going
us.
to be there again. I will be honored to be on the platform of facilitating a subject matter that our girl, our sister, Jermaine, is such a visionary, and this is her baby.
Yeah.
And she is going to be bringing some awesome guests, awesome celebrities, entertainment of such will be there. But I will be
Serious
for
business
some
owners.
serious business owners. People across the country will be coming as vendors. 2 days. August 24th and the 25th. But on the 24th, around noontime, I will be facilitating on one of her platforms on domestic violence. That's the platform she set aside to educate our sisters, talk about what's happening in that area, in that arena, even with our young people. So come out, support, be a part of the engagement, and we're going to have fun. We have 3 awesome guests. We got Walla Blagay. She's one of the panelists. We have Lisette Johnson. She's one of our panelists. Lynn Strange.
Yes.
She's one of our panelists. So it's some good stuff, but we're going to be there to just give it to you 100. We're not going to spare anything because I think we cannot sweep under the rug what has been so much of attacking our women for such a long time. So this is a women's expo, but men, come on out.
Men, come on out.
Women looking for a good man.
Hey, they're going to be at the expo.
They out there.
They are seriously out there.
Just notice your T-shirt.
Yeah.
Go ahead, girl.
Yeah.
I love that.
So anyway,
And we have Jermaine's daughter here.
Yes,
She's so pretty. Yes.
Marcia
Jermaine could
Huss.
not be here, but she sent her daughter to represent her to speak about whatever she needs to say to us in order to
well, guys,
invite us to
also
talk
let's
about.
go into this
What?
right here because I'm
What?
really excited, but because I don't want to forget this, and me and the crew have been talking about this. We want to shout out some of these people on Facebook
Sure.
live before we bring all our other guests up. Damon Cowell. How you doing?
Hi, Damon.
Hey, Peggy. Look, hey, Peggy. Peggy's
Oh.
on there. Let me see your face. Paula Duet, Sonia Bullock, we appreciate you watching. Sylvia Garrett. All right, Sister to Sister Network.
Yes.
Hello.
Sister
Shakayla Sewell. Everybody knows Shakaya. She is a best dress. What? She
Yes.
will groom you, dress you. Girl, you are bad.
Yes.
Alexandra Talton, thank you. Brian
Thank you,
Taylor.
Brian.
Keith Stewart, Shirley Fletcher, Kay Lewis, Debbie
Wow.
Berger. Hi, Debbie. Now, that's a real estate. That she's with Keisha and the rest of the guys. And of course, Linda. We got also Sylvia on the other side. Dolores Ellis. Thank you. Oh, hi, Bonnie.
Oh, Sharon Parker's there.
Sharon Parker. Hey, Sharon.
Hello, everyone. So we shout out everyone I see.
Yes,
right now.
so much. Thank you so
Well,
much
got
for
anybody
watching.
over there, Linda?
Thank you so much. I don't know who's watching over now because it's on the other side.
Evelyn Vaughn and Catherine Wilson.
Yeah.
Thank
Ladies,
you.
thank you all so much out there in
Thanks
YouTube
for
land. Hello, and thank you
Hi,
again.
Alicia. Alicia's on there.
Alicia
Hello.
who?
Alicia.
Pryor?
Hey, Alicia.
So-
She said hi, sisters.
Yes. So we'll be there again at the Ubiquitous. We're going to have our flyers out there promoting our people, our sponsors. Thank you all who are our sponsors on our promotional flyers and everything. So we just got a lot going on. I'm excited. We're
What
going to be
about
on the
today?
move. Women on
we
the
got some
move.
stuff today.
And today, somebody say today.
Today.
There is a big community cookout.
Oh,
Yes.
It's a cookout today. Invite your friends, your family, come out. Reggie called me. Reggie, who
Fox
owns
Wave.
and FoxWave.com, having his second annual community cookout at his estate.
At his community.
In his community.
In his community. And he said, why? So everybody to come out who you know, invite everyone. I'm telling you all, go on Facebook and look at my page and look at our page, Four Sisters Live. There's the flyer there. Bring your children, bring your mom, your dad, your uncles, aunts, and bring your people. He said he doesn't want any food left.
Oh, so hurry up and come on.
So come out so you can eat.
What time?
Have
hot
food,
dog.
we'll come.
You want a hot dog?
You want a hot
I
dog?
want a
Okay, it's at 4 o'clock. Starts at 4.
At 4, starts at 4.
Starts
He's going to
at
have
4.
entertainment there, bands,
Okay.
DJ,
Live
a lot of
entertainment.
music, a lot of food.
Monica.
So this is the time.
It was good last year.
Yeah, last
Great.
year was really nice. So he wanted us to say that, to open it up, tell everyone to come because we want to come. And it's a back to school pack drive.
Oh,
Yes.
Please bring something with
Bring
you. I don't care if
something
it's a
for the
pack of
backpack.
pens or pack of
Yeah.
pencils
Okay.
or notebook. Bring
Bring
something
something.
Okay.
to contribute to the back to
I
school
said, I got
drive.
plenty. I'm like, I've been out of teaching for like, 8 years almost, and I still got like tons of supplies, stuff that my son won't ever get enough of using. So I'm like, they're just about
Can you
asking to bring
donate a
something.
few of those?
I'm like, I can bring you index cards. You cannot have my Post-its because I love my Post-its. So I am like a junkie.
Everything
on
except
Post-its.
the post.
You have everything. You have the
Okay.
paper, the pencils, all that. So
Well, that's
All right.
today. That today starts at 4 o'clock. Go on our Facebook page and look at where the address is so that you can come and hang out with us
Yes.
today. So, Charlene, it's your day, baby. You know, every week we have something going on, and today is your day.
Well, I'm glad today is my day because I like to share a little bit of something. I don't know if I brought my books in or whatever, but I wanted to share with you just to educate people on about the effects of like unforgiveness. I think this is a great educational segment to talk about that. And one of the things that one of my mentors, she's gone on to be with the Lord. Her name is Lois Hay. And she was diagnosed with cancer, and like terminal ill cancer. And because she had already started the inner work in herself, she said, listen here, like, I'm not going through chemo. I am not going through chemo. And so she started doing some soul searching, and she found out that she had forgiven some people in her life. Number one, she had been molested as a child all the way up into almost 18 years old. And that was very traumatizing to her, and how you push those things back, just like in domestic violence, you go on with your life, but there's still some things just sitting there like, I wish I would have killed him, like, so to speak. But she decided that she was going to forgive them, and so she practiced this for a whole year of just releasing and letting go. She did not have not 1 ounce of chemotherapy, and she was healed miraculously. Now, some people are like, oh, well, that's just, she might not have had it bad enough. No, she did have it bad enough for chemo. Anytime chemo is required, that is serious, okay? Right. And anytime they tell you stage 3 and 4, that's more serious because that's to death. And so she healed herself. And it was simply because she was willing to release and just let go, forgive. And so many people don't realize that unforgiveness is very unhealthy. It breaks down your immune system. Correct? It does. It breaks down relationships on the outside and inside of you. So I just wanted to share that with you because I am on a journey to actually share with you the Forgiveness Project. This project is called the Forgiveness Project 2. And the Forgiveness Project 2 is where you first forgive yourself. I walked through my own journey of forgiveness for over 5 to 6 years, if not more, where I had to release. And I tell you what, this year has been so amazing because not only has my wealth come from this, spiritually and financially, my whole life has changed. And I really want to share with people, this is a ministry to me, this is business, this is personal, but it's also a way to say I want to see the world heal, and I want to bring that attention to Lois Hay, who has gone on to be with the Lord August 30th, about 2 years ago, and we'll be honoring her at the Kennedy Center. We'll be doing a fundraising in her honor and for the Forgiveness Project 2, which is a documentary and also an art performance on how to forgive.
Wow. This is some good stuff. And I want to speak a little bit more about that forgiveness and how it affects us internally. Even us as women, where we talk about forgiving in our own sisters, our own family members, for some things that really may have traumatized us, but how do we deal with that? So when we come back off of our break at this commercial, we're going to get more into that, and we're going to have our first guest, Marcy, come up while we go on break so she can come up and engage with us a little bit about some things. Is that all right, ladies?
Yeah, right. And she's the perfect person. You know what she does, don't you?
What she do?
You'll find out when you get there.
Y'all have to wait till we come back. We'll be right. Y'all ready, guys? We'll be right back. Come on up.
I wasn't exposed to entrepreneurship growing up, so I never thought that owning a business was something that I can achieve. I never had the courage to. I always doubted myself. I always had a lot of fear. I just decided that I was in a box. I wasn't exposed to entrepreneurship growing up, so I never thought that owning a business was something that I can achieve. I never had the courage to. I always doubted myself. I always had a lot of fear. I just decided that it was time to take control over my happiness.
Why don't we have something as Black women that makes us feel confident to go for a power walk or a jog with our husband? So I just made it out of necessity. I was trying to solve my own problem.
It's about us not just telling our stories, but being in a position where we can own our narratives.
You're going to have to go through some dark times in your life to appreciate light.
Do not give up, because what's ahead, you couldn't even imagine.
And I want you to know that at any point in time, you have the power to shift your energy. If you have a breakdown, you are next up for a breakthrough. So if you focus on all the positive things and all the wonderful things going on in your life, those are the things that are going to expand in your life, but you just have to be willing to do the work.
any time that you faced yourself with the question of, well, what if I give up? I want you to just flip that, do the reverse, and ask yourself, well, what if I keep going?
And it starts with you. When you start to make the commitment to you every single day, we won't just serve as the inspiration, you'll serve as the inspiration for your damn self.
Ubiquitous means everywhere. All. This is a community effort. It's time to grab another woman, grab another man, and take action. It's time to not play small.
So after school, I ended up with a job for 30 days, got laid off, company gets sold, and I ended up having to move to my car. And I ended up on welfare, food stamps, the whole nine. And I grew up middle class.
I pray, and before I walk out of the door, I look at myself in the mirror and say, what difference are you going to make in the world today? But more importantly, what are you going to do different to impact someone else's life?
Doctors in 2009 told me that I had 3 months to live, a 2% chance. I'm here 11 years standing tall on the stage. Yes.
Women of color, we have so much to offer. We have so many ways that we are beautiful. Whether we're light skinned, dark skinned, whatever we are, those things are beautiful. And I love that Ubiquitous shows that and makes us hone in on that and celebrate it.
Share with Facebook family in a few. We're going to bring that back and replay that. Yay! Look who's here! Girl, we're so happy you
Five
came back.
Sisters Live!
Four plus one.
All right. 4 plus 1. We're going to rename this year, right? Woo! Peggy!
Ooh, this is my girl.
so sweet.
My doll baby.
I know.
So happy
You look so
to be here
pretty.
again. Yeah, I always love that hairstyle.
Yeah.
So
We're
pretty.
talking all things women.
Yeah.
You know, that's my jam.
Okay.
I think that's amazing. It definitely is. They say the year of the woman, right? And I think that it's about more than, everybody's talking about, I'm getting my coins, I'm getting, my man, my money, and all this stuff. It's more so about awareness, right? It's more so about our power and understanding our purpose, right?
Yes.
And I think that's where we are now, realizing that we can't be everything for everyone before
That's
we're
right.
something
That's
to
right.
ourselves.
There you're
And
right.
I think that's what I see. Like
Put your
the
mask on
time,
first.
right? The time of the woman. This is our time
it's
to
time.
right.
It's
It is.
time.
We have been
It's
beat
time.
down.
We've had our
beat
mask
down.
on for a long
Too
time.
long.
haven't we?
Especially
Yeah.
women of color. I think
Yeah.
that this is like we've been so under-recognized, misunderstood for so
Yes.
long.
Yes.
And we take on a lot of the personas that the world has of us, and we just like, fake it till we make it, or hide in the corner with our pain. And I think now we're just ready to be real. And I think that's why I love this
Let
show.
it out.
Y'all keep it real. I love it. I love it. It's like,
Nothing scripted here.
nothing.
No, we have monitors here.
And that's what,
No cue cards. here.
No, we don't have
we're having authentic
real
conversations
conversations.
because we're struggling.
Yeah,
We really
we're
are.
moving.
And that's why Ubiquitous Women's Expo is so important.
Wow.
In the 6th year already.
Yeah, can you believe it?
6 years, right? And it just keeps on evolving. Every time we say, we like,
Can't get
it's
no
so
better than
amazing. We
this.
can't imagine it getting better. Every year it does. And this year is going to be amazing.
Your mother is on the MOVEMENT,
I'm telling you, on
baby.
fire.
She is on fire.
Amazing.
Yeah.
She's on the
We're
move.
so proud
that
of her.
movement. This is a movement.
Yes.
This is a movement, Charlene.
And it's not easy. I can tell you that.
No, it's not.
She
not.
stays very close to God. She prays a lot. She's just, it's her relationship with God that is
Keeping it moving.
It's their company. It's their movement together. She's very much in line.
got to.
She speaks she feels very strongly about this because she knows that it's what God wants her to do. It's an
Right.
assignment.
And it's needed.
Right.
It's
an
much
assignment.
needed,
I
yeah.
like that. Just like you were saying earlier, like it's an awareness. She's aware of her purpose and her assignment on this earth right now. And she's not taken back by what may happen, the good and the bad, of putting on that big
That is a big responsibility.
It's
huge.
But she's the minister of it all. Like she is the
That's what you're talking about, that
minister.
minister.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's not what the world says she should do, it's what God says she should do.
Exactly.
And when you are aligned with God, it's like you know nothing can stop you. No matter what the world brings your way, she definitely is.
She's walking in her purpose. She's a
Yeah.
great example
Yeah.
of what it looks like to walk in your purpose and your prosperity.
Right.
So true.
She
That's
is
so
a
true.
prime. Like I don't care what you're saying. I'm doing what God told me to do. I don't care what you have to add to it. If it's not lining up to what God is telling me to do, I'm not doing it. That's what I admire about your mom.
Yeah, she's amazing. And still learning about herself. And I say this to her all the time. I admire her so much because she'll say, you know what, I messed up, or I need to do this. She doesn't ever try to say like, oh, I know everything. You know, she knows a lot. She's accomplished so much. She's just always that woman that's always evolving. And I love that most.
And it's her personality.
It's her personality. Because that personality will take you a long way where money won't.
No matter what.
That personality will take you in your character where money won't. But she said something when she came here a year ago about she's never operated in the red. Since she started this.
That's awesome.
That's powerful.
That is awesome.
That is some powerful stuff to say.
It was supposed to happen.
And it was supposed to happen. That means God has led her every step of the way so that she would not operate in the red. Because when He guides you, it won't go there. When it's of His purpose and you're walking in that purpose, what He's giving you, He's not going to allow you to fail in that respect. Because of God that does not fail.
This is good.
So this is good.
This is good because of her, because she is a witness of it. When did you notice your mom saying yes to this whole event? Because it didn't just start. It was like, when did you notice your mom?
You know, she started in a hotel in D.C. And that very next year, she was like, we're going to do it. Before that was over, we were already busting out of the conventions, the hotel in D.C. And someone said to her, and I think that's what it's about, when you have people who are aligned with God, they come to you and they can speak life into you and give you a message. And if you are also aligned with God, you know that it's what you're supposed to say, right?
It's all about timing, too.
Right. And so very quickly busted out of that area, a big, large hotel right on Connecticut Avenue, and been at the convention center ever since. And the beautiful thing about Ubiquitous is that it's almost become like an incubator for other businesses. Women come in there. So many businesses have been launched at Ubiquitous. So many. It's birthed so much, and that's what I mean. When you are aligned with God, and then people are drawn to you, they fall into alignment. They're like,
right,
oh my gosh.
exactly.
Like when you know when someone says something, you're like, you ain't do nothing but confirm.
Confirmation.
That's all. You get that. When you get confirmation, you know it's like you're aligned in the right place.
Your spirit has
because.
So beautiful.
God, thank you.
I know. I can't even look at her. She just got to look at somebody. Don't do it. So pretty.
I'm like, thank you. But tell everyone what you do.
Yes.
Because we want to know who you are.
Who is Marcy?
Who is this
Dr. Marcy? Who's Dr. Marcy?
Well, I'm very proud to be Jermaine Lefteridge's daughter. I feel like that is like, you know, my mom is like, why you say my name? I said, drop your name as often as I can. She has good real estate on her name, and I love that, right? I'm a mom, and so being able to model her character for my children is just the best thing for me. And I've actually evolved. I'm a pharmacist by training, but becoming a mom, a wife, a daughter, a sister, a friend, I found that for me, like most women, I lost myself. And it took praying, getting closer to God, listening to my mother's wise counsel, where I became myself again, right? I learned how to wear these hats. I learned how to balance my life. I remember she said to me about 5 years ago, she saw me kind of coming back. She said, you got your swag back. You know, and I was like, thank you. I know. I was like, you know, you just.
She would know.
That was her. Swag back. And I love that, right? And she was very quiet while I was going through it. I was like, you know, I'm a mom. I'm like, you know, I'm like looking crazy all the time with my sweatpants on all the time. And my wife, and just trying to figure it out my way. And she just, you know, as she was watching patiently. She was watching you from afar. She was. She knew that the seeds that she planted would blossom. And she allowed me to have that time where I needed to be that person for the people in my life. But she also knew when it was time for me to come back to me, that I was more than a mom, more than a wife, more than. And so since then, I've been able to actually support other women who have lost themselves. It's been the most rewarding thing, because I feel like that's my assignment, is to gather women together. I do a lot of workshops about self-care and helping women to embrace self-care without guilt or apology, because that's why it helped me.
That's
back.
what you went through.
Right.
to be able to share with others.
Yeah, I felt so guilty every time I would leave to go to the gym. Every time I was, did I cook enough vegetables? It's like we do so many things. We put so much guilt on ourselves.
Yeah, a lot of stress.
And I didn't allow myself to understand, like, I'm growing and figuring it out, and that's part of the journey.
Well, I want us to take a break. We're going to come back because I want to get back with Charlene on forgiveness. We got to go through that and talk about that, but we want to show the ubiquitous again. And I want our Facebook Live people to see that.
And we have a lot of sponsors.
A lot of sponsors. We're going to give a shout out to the sponsors as soon as we come back, and then we'll talk about forgiveness. And okay, so hang tight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be right back.
Exposed to entrepreneurship growing up, so I never thought that owning a business was something that I can achieve. I never had the courage to. I always doubted myself. I always had a lot of fear. I just decided that it was time to take control over my happiness.
Why don't we have something as black women that makes us feel confident to go for a power walk or a jog with our husband? So I just made it out of necessity. I was trying to solve my own problem.
It's about us not just telling our stories, but being in a position where we can own our narratives.
You're going to have to go through some dark times in your life to appreciate light.
Do not give up, because what's ahead, you couldn't even imagine.
And I want you to know that at any point in time, you have the power to shift your energy. If you have a breakdown, you are next up for a breakthrough. So if you focus on all the positive things and all the wonderful things going on in your life, those are the things that are going to expand in your life. But you just have to be willing to do the work.
Anytime that you face yourself with the question of, well, what if I give up? I want you to just flip that, do the reverse, and ask yourself, well, what if I keep going?
And it starts with you. When you start to make the commitment to you every single day, we won't just serve as the inspiration. You'll serve as the inspiration for your damn self.
Ubiquitous means everywhere. All. This is a community effort. It's time to grab another woman, grab another man, and take action. It's time to not play small.
So after school, I ended up with a job for 30 days, got laid off, company gets sold, and I ended up having to move to my car. And I ended up on welfare, food stamps, the whole nine. And I grew up middle class.
I pray, and before I walk out of the door, I look at myself in the mirror and say, what difference are you going to make in the world today? But more importantly, what are you going to do different to impact someone else's life?
Doctors in 2009 told me that I had 3 months to live, a 2% chance. I'm here 11 years standing tall on the stage. Yes.
Women of color, we have so much to offer. We have so many ways that we are beautiful. Whether we're light skin, dark skin, whatever we are, those things are beautiful. And I love that Ubiquitous shows that and makes us hone in on that and celebrate it.
Forgiveness. That's actually the theme of Ubiquitous.
We just come right on that.
Like, bam. It's actually the theme this year, right? The power of forgiveness. And Pastor Yolanda Peoples is actually going to be there to talk us through.
Oh, wow. That's going to be awesome.
So she's going to be there. I have a whole lot of talking points. You know my mom. I got to make sure I say everything.
Yes,
but she's on it. Just don't get me spanking. So she's from the City of Praise Family Ministry, and she's come to talk about forgiveness. I love what you said about the power of forgiveness. You guys will be there because you can't really, until you forgive yourself, you really can't move forward
That's
at
right.
all, right?
That is
and
so true.
really talking about the power of forgiveness. Dr. Celeste Owens is going to be there.
My
Yes.
God, Celeste,
The 40-day surrender fast.
Oh my God,
The
changed
global
my
surrender,
life.
Right?
Changed my life.
Amazing.
Yes, she's
the goal
amazing.
is actually to get 40,000 women to join the global surrender fast, which starts the Monday after Ubiquitous. So
Yes.
first day. And you know, Ubiquitous means everywhere, but you also can say it means universal.
Universal.
It means global.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Existing
Yes,
everywhere.
everywhere.
At the same
Encompass
time,
everything.
right?
Yeah.
And so for me, I feel like this is just aligned with what Ubiquitous does because it's an event with purpose, right? Always with purpose, and that's really how my mom operates in purpose. Pastor Keith Battle will be there.
Yes,
book, right?
yes.
Psychology.
Oh, I love that.
Wyoming will be there.
Yes.
And bringing light to domestic violence and should you leave after the first hit. So again, definitely an event that you cannot miss.
That's
you will
right.
definitely have FOMO, fear of missing out if you miss this.
I like that. Repeat that again.
FOMO, fear of missing
Fear
out.
of-
Anybody who has FOMO, do not, you be certain. Fear of missing out.
Okay, I love that.
My sons told me about that, so I didn't know that before, so don't feel bad. Anthony Hamilton will be there on Sunday, giving signed autographs of his new book.
He's singing my song.
I
Honey
know.
Charlene.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I used to love that song too.
Yes.
Videos too. That's when I used to watch videos. I feel like I don't watch videos.
We don't watch them anymore. You remember MTV, BET? Okay, girl. I
Okay.
digress.
On BET for her, I look at it in the morning sometimes. They have the videos.
Yeah, they do have the videos early in the morning.
Early in the morning. Early in the morning. Every morning they have.
Oh God,
Yeah.
yeah. Donnie Simpson would say.
That's my Donnie Simpson.
We need to bring that back.
We need to bring him here.
They were talking about it.
Yes, and I think they still may be in the works. But a lot of people really we started with him in that respect. And we were just so. But anyway, Donnie Simpson, hello to you. Hello, Donnie Simpson. Hello, 2.3. Yeah. Okay.
Love your DJ.
DJ, everything. She everything. That Leo girl.
Anyway,
Giselle Bryant will be there with her every year. She was there last year.
Interviewed her.
Giselle
Robin Dixon will be there.
Robin's
Kenya
amazing.
Moore will be there with
Kenya
her
Moore.
hair product.
She was there last year. She was pregnant. She has
So
a
basically, she
baby.
brings baby Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I saw them. They were on the reel. Where your mother was on the reel in LA.
Yeah. So sweet.
Yeah.
But Dove, talking about coming together with a purpose. So Dove is going to be there with the Crown Act Initiative. And so what that is they're really working to make sure there's no discrimination in the workplace around how you wear your hair.
Yeah.
You know that if you come with braids or locks or anyway, a lot of times we're discriminated.
Yeah.
And so they're actually working to pass a law where you can't do that.
And
Right?
they doing that
And
now.
they
These
start
new
doing it
angle
now.
ladies are wearing their hair natural.
They
and
do whatever they want.
You noticed that. Yeah.
Love it. And so they're really, just aligning with companies that are aligned with the purpose, right? And I think that's just like all money ain't good money.
That's right,
And so just
exactly.
really, when you know your purpose and you know what your assignment is from God, you don't feel like you have to take from other places that
Exactly,
may not
to
be
make it
aligned.
happen, yeah.
My mom's always been very intentional about who she partners with.
That's my girl.
So just being aligned for the assignment. I think
So
is
you have
important.
any other announcements that we
Shout
want
out
to
to your
get Jermaine? Because
Yes.
she's not going to call
Call
you and
me.
say, look,
I'm like, I got in trouble.
this.
You know, she probably watching now. I'm going to get it texted. So JP Morgan Chase and Company will have currency conversations, right?
Okay.
Because we have to change our relationship with money, right? And, and that's exactly what we're saying. Being able to forgiveness, being able to forgive yourself for how you,
Spent
what you
that
didn't know
money.
before you didn't
Right.
know what you didn't know, right?
Yeah.
So
Things
really
that you
being able
spent
to
and put
change.
money on, yeah.
And sometimes we're following the patterns that we were given to us,
That's
right?
right.
And so being able
They
to give
didn't tell
ourselves
us,
permission.
so we didn't do.
We didn't know.
Right.
And then CVS, I saved the best for last. CVS is actually going to be there they've always partnered with us. And so what they're going to be doing this year is actually having people come bring your resume and interview for job opportunities.
Oh, wonderful. Good.
So
good,
awesome
good.
community. So you
CVS.
don't have to come dressed a certain way. Just bring your resume and then just come. You
as
can
you are.
find the postings, a limited list of the postings on Ubiquitous Expo website and our social media.
Is CVS going to be doing any type of screening? Because
Health
I know
screening,
health
always
screening,
health screening. That's why I say it's always evolving.
That's good.
Every
Yeah.
year you think, so they've always done health screenings. They've always talked about, caregivers. How do you help caregivers? Because oftentimes we're the caregivers,
Right.
and then how do you support the caregivers?
Yeah.
So they've always done that. That's true. But this year they're evolving even this partnership and helping with job opportunities.
I
As you
love
said,
it.
bringing it back to the states, and how can we help build our communities?
And that's how you put that brand out there. CVS
And
is
we're there.
everywhere.
We go to the
And we
CVS.
spend a lot of money
And
with
there's
CVS.
our neighborhood.
And it's our now too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's very good. We're so
job.
happy you
Thank you
came.
so much.
Let's give it up for Ubiquitous. Let's give it up for
Give
Jermaine
the
Lethbridge.
date
Let's give it for
again,
Eddie.
yeah,
Give
the
it the
date.
date and
This
everything.
weekend,
Yes.
next weekend in Washington, D.C. Convention Center, August 24th and 25th. Come out. Do not. If you have FOMO, you will be mad you missed this. It's so many. And what I love is you see the presidents of these companies, the CEOs of these companies, right? Luster Products. You see, Mael, Monique from Mael. You see all of they come out. They really support this brand. It's amazing.
Can you give them ticket information?
So go to www.ubiquitousexpo.com and then you will be able to buy tickets.
And they're not expensive.
And they're not expensive at all. No.
They're so affordable.
15 online, 20 at the door.
That's not
bad.
Right.
It's so amazing.
The more that if you buy for 2 days, you get a deal.
Wow.
You
can't beat that.
Sunday we'll have Casey J there. Sunday.
Oh, you can.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
She's
wow.
going to be amazing. She's going to be our worship
And that's
leader.
what I love about your mom. She ends on Sunday with the church worship
prayer.
service. And that's why she keeps God first.
That's right. Thank you, ladies.
No, thank you.
I will see you next weekend.
I know. She wants to love.
She wants.
I want to do the sway. She swaying. I love you.
We love you more, baby.
Thank you.
So we're going to take a quick break. We have another sister in the house, right, Charlene?
Yeah, Tashika.
What's her name? People waiting to know about that. This is in alignment of what we're talking about.
This is one of Ubiquitous supporters. Matter of fact, I'll tell you later. But anyway, back on the break, like,
we'll be back.
Share.
Come on, baby. Quick break.
Wait a minute.
Always sisters, always friends. Let's stay real close till the end. Forgiving each other, letting love cover. Always sisters, always friends. We have to live in harmony, even though we may disagree. 'Cause fighting each other is not the answer. Sharing the grace, let's be enriched with peace and love, letting compassion from above. Never forsaking, just understanding. Ain't that what families are made of? No matter what may come or go, no matter we stay together and it shows. This bond between us, foundation is trust. That's what yes it is. Family's all about, yeah. Always sisters, always. Let's stay real close, sticking real close, sticking real close, giving each other, letting love cover. Always sisters, always friends. Really gotta learn to love each other. I need to stay real close, stay close to you. There's no way that we can live without each other. So why do we try? Why do we try? I wanna know why.
We are back. Wasn't it amazing? Oh my God. We had the daughter of one of the greatest events in the DMV area, Ubiquitous, was here to share with us about a conference that's going to be happening August the 24th through the 25th. Get your tickets at www.ubiquitous.com. Hey, be there, or you're going to have FOMO. Fear of missing out. But meanwhile, guys, we have our guest in the house, guys, no other than Tashika Hawkins, guys, and she is a hair loss expert. She's actually a product of Ubiquitous, and she's going to share with you how she actually formed one of her deals right there at Ubiquitous, right? Like, yeah, we're going to talk, you talk about all that. Anyway, so we put her in the spot. She has so much to share, so I'm excited to bring to you, no other than Mrs. Tashik. How you doing? Tashik, how you doing? Tashik, okay.
That's a beautiful sister.
She is a beautiful sister right here in the DMV.
Is so exciting.
Are you excited? You should be excited.
I am excited.
What talk
Y'all were just talking about alignment, and this is so weird. Oh my goodness.
Well, you know, we match up here, right? We got the same colors.
I got the memo.
Look, we all got the
was
same
here.
colors. This is wild.
Yeah.
I'm taking it all in.
That's so amazing.
So you were saying what?
Jermaine was just here, and
No,
I'll
her
be
daughter.
Her daughter, Marcy.
Yes.
Marcy, yeah.
But Ubiquitous, I will be
Yeah.
there at the Nuritress hair care product booth.
So we'll see you.
And this will be my second year there. So yes, I'll be in the building. How cool is
That's
that?
awesome. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Perfect
So
time.
tell them a little bit about what you do at Coverall, right?
Covered Care.
Covered Care,
Hair
yes.
Loss Center. So I just moved to the VA Medical Center in on Allentown Road, across from Andrews Air Force Base.
Yeah.
And, you know, in a nutshell, it's a place where anybody losing hair can come and get healed. You know, it's more than hair loss. It's giving you the confidence to conquer life. And so I take care of it from start to finish, whether it's purchasing hair, choosing hair, installing hair, taking care of the hair. So those are all the things I do. I focus on hair loss and restoring the hair, just to, you know, give that confidence.
Confidence back, yeah.
Because here we go.
There we
Women
go.
worry, don't forgive.
Yes, stressed
Yeah,
out.
Inside,
Yes.
they're not healed. And that works up into where we are relative to our health.
That is so
And stress is the
Stress.
number one cause of hair loss.
Wow.
The number
People,
one.
stop stressing if you don't have to. No, seriously.
You have to learn not
Yeah.
to stress. You have to
You
learn how
got
to
it.
Balance.
We have to be taught.
You know, you
Yes.
gotta,
You gotta, like, brush that
woosah,
off.
Pray.
Zero
And-
tolerance for foolishness.
Yes.
Because that's what a lot of
Right,
it
deal
is.
with it for
People
that
taking you
moment and
through-
then let it go.
Let it
What
go.
you gonna
Let
say,
it go.
Charlene?
I'm just saying that's what Leos do. Like
Wait a
I
minute, I let it go.
have zero tolerance
Yeah.
for foolishness. I do not get stressed. I learned how to release these shoulders real soon
Yeah.
by just going.
Take
You
some
know?
time. We
And if
got
it's
there.
not
We
that,
got there,
then
but it
the
took some
ball
time.
will work.
Yes.
Pom pom. It will work.
It does take some time. You're
It
right.
does, but
Yeah.
we're finally here,
Yeah.
and we thank God for being here. So, with the hair, what have you experienced with people with the hair and taking care of it, not taking care of it? What's the importance of all that?
So, alopecia is the medical or scientific term for hair loss for whatever reason, whether medication or stress, pregnancy, any reason, chemo, any reason that you lose your hair, it's considered alopecia. And my experience with it is if I protect the hair, then the hair will grow back because my clients don't get to see the hair fall. So
you
it reduces the stress of seeing the actual hair fall. So whether they just got diagnosed with cancer and they're going through chemo, they would rather not see the hair fall. So,
Because that builds on stress
yes.
in itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, you know, because of the stress and losing the hair, the women, they don't know what to do. They don't want to wear wigs. They don't want to, you know, fit in the stigma of going bald or thinning. They don't want people to look at them and feel like they have a wig on. So I sit down with them and I talk to them about all of what they feel about losing the hair, how they want their hair to look, and then we kind of go from there. Their budget, their lifestyle, all of that is encapsulated in the consultation.
What does it look for young girls? Do you see a lot of young people coming in with the issue of losing their hair?
Yeah, what is the age?
I do. Yeah. I work with all ages, but when it comes to young women, it's usually traction alopecia, pulling the hair too much, or wearing hair too long, not taking care of the hair when they add hair. That's usually what I see.
Put it on and just that's it.
And not maintain it.
Maintaining it.
No
care
healthy
of it,
hair
no
care at all.
healthy hair product at all.
Yes.
And then you see what I've seen women where they start losing it around the front of their
Yes.
edges.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to wear the baby hair, and the edges are definitely a concern. So I protect all of it, all of it.
What do we say to the pulling of the hair and the stressing when you get it braided and things like that?
That it doesn't have to hurt to be beautiful.
Wow.
It does not have to hurt.
Listen up, ladies. It doesn't have to hurt.
That's right. Because when I stopped going to anyone when I was wearing my hair in braids. I wouldn't go to anyone that would cause pain to my head.
Yeah.
You're right. You had to find.
And if you didn't feel the pain, it wasn't good.
No, pain is not good with the
is
hair.
not
No,
good.
that's how. So
I
I
calling
finally
out no
found
shots,
one that
but
knew how to
When
braid
you
my hair.
cannot go to sleep and put your head on your pillow.
And you gotta take a half a bottle of Advil, which I don't even take.
Right.
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong with that.
No.
It's putting the stress on your follicles of your hair.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
A lot of headache, right?
A lot of headache. You
But
want
you
to
know,
be beautiful, but I like what you just said.
Tashika's an educator, so I just find this very funny that we're talking to an educator, licensed educator of cosmetology. So I think you bring a lot to the table. What else are you doing at your place to bring education to the community?
Yeah, are you doing workshops? Are you doing training?
Yes.
Anything that you can pour out to the community?
Absolutely. My future plans is to be able to have coaching sessions, whether for business owners or rising cosmetologists.
Awesome. Got somebody for you.
And I can do any specialty classes, so I'm kind of packaging it up and putting it together. Even those who have gone to cosmetology school, got their hours, and never got licensed.
Right.
I'm also preparing a state board prep class for that, so
That's
that they
what I'm
can get
talking about.
licensed. We need more good people in the industry, the beauty industry.
Absolutely.
Good. Had you thought about doing a book? Because, we're getting a lot of authors out here in our community.
And are you online?
Have
Are
you
there
wrote a book?
videos on YouTube or someplace?
Yeah.
we can
I'm
find
totally
you?
camera shy.
Oh, you kidding me?
And totally, anybody that knows
That's the
me
camera
knows
right there. Look
that.
at the camera.
See the camera there?
No way, don't show me. But my spirit has been telling me for 2 months now to write.
There you go. There you go.
I had not thought about being an author of any sort. The only thing I was interested in writing about was hair.
Okay.
So, I had not thought about being an author.
Push forward and make that happen.
Right.
Really?
Oh, yeah, please.
What made you decide to start with this? How did you
Yeah.
begin with this
Oh, that's
passion
such a
Hair
cool,
loss,
for hair?
Yeah.
For those who have lost their hair.
such a cool question. God gave me my passion for hair.
There you go. There
I
you
was raised by a single dad. He did my hair.
go. Oh, bless you.
And up until I was about 8 years old, and he said I would change my hair every day.
Okay.
So he left it up to me by the time I was 8.
Okay.
And so I started doing my own hair at 8, and I started doing other people's hair at 12. And I realized at that young age that I had a gift.
You had a gift.
I had a gift. And so no matter where I went in life, no matter what job I had, hair was the foundation. Hair was the foundation. It's the way that I build relationships.
There you go.
It's the way
Yes.
that I connect with others,
There you go.
especially
Everyone has
women.
hair.
That's a blessing
Yes.
right
Or
there.
they've lost it and you still need to.
And the
Right.
hair loss piece is when I personally
Yeah.
experienced hair loss.
See.
I had no idea how bad it was. Of course, I was young, using all kind of chemicals and weaves and things like that. And my head was sore in the top.
Sore.
And
Stress.
I knew the hair was thin,
Pool.
but it wasn't until I saw a picture of the top of my head.
Uh-huh.
And I did not know it was that bad. Nobody told me.
Right.
And I was devastated.
Yeah.
I was
And a lot of
devastated.
ladies and now seniors especially are on medication.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's another
So
thing.
medication
Causes
hair
loss.
loss as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
High blood pressure, lupus,
Yeah.
all of those medications.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, it's so awesome that you'll be here, but you will be at Ubiquitous.
I will at the Nuratress booth. It's going to be at the Nuratress hair care booth with Deshaun Bullard. Nuratress. Nuratress. Yes. We'll be doing scalp analysis and having lots of fun. And I use the products exclusively. I see amazing results. Oh my goodness! I can't wait to show y'all pictures.
She has results.
That's that book.
There's her book.
Well, we have enjoyed you, Charlene. We got 2 minutes. What do you want to say before we close out?
I want to give them her website at www.covercarellc.com. covercarellc.com. So you can find her there. But other than that, guys, again.
What about a phone number?
At Covered Care, I'm at 5801 Allentown Road, Suite 304, Camp Springs, Maryland, and the phone number is 301-453-5955.
And that's it, guys. Well, we're going to
We've had an educated day.
Oh, yes, indeed.
This was really good. Like, we could carry it on and on, but
we spent time
we
here.
We got to go to the cookout.
We got to go to the cookout. We got to go to the some food. So what time is it, ladies?
It's time for you to walk in your purpose and prosperity.
Love you for watching. We will see you next week. Come to the cookout. Rock with us, rock with us, rock with us.